know y'all be mad as hell when y'all come to my page trying to show people me. Talking about this her. This her right here. Yeah, this her. And her not ugly. Her not so ugly, so baby.
I'm a pretty bitch.
Yeah.
Because my aura is that. My confidence is that. My self-esteem is that. You know? And I don't think that, like, pretty is face value. I think it's what you bring to the table. In your spirit, in your mind, in your mental. And just everything that is an ingredient for you and your soul.
Charmaine Williams was a self-proclaimed big, beautiful woman who strutted her curves like she was headlining Coachella. While plenty of women her size shy away from the spotlight, Charmaine was the opposite. She lived for it, dancing, half-dressed selfies, motherhood pride, hyping up other women in Milwaukee who felt overlooked. She did it all, and she did it loudly. She wasn't hiding, she was shining. But on July 24th, she posted something that now reads like a ghost tapping on the shoulder. Y'all messing with these men that be in a lot of shit. Stay out them car with them. This goes for all the ladies. Please think about it. My heart cries for y'all. It was heartfelt, it was haunting, and it was tragically prophetic. Because the very warning she gave was the one she didn't follow. Her boyfriend, who Facebook knew as Raw Richie, was exactly that type of man, in a lot of shit. And when Charmaine was shot in the head, her young son still strapped in the back seat, Raw didn't turn into a protector. He didn't fight back. He didn't even try. He bolted from the car like the entire police force was after him and left her child screaming for help in a blood-soaked reality no kid should ever see. Charmaine had the wisdom to preach it, the heart to feel it, but in the end, she ignored her own sermon. And that's the coolest punchline of all. She saw the danger coming, but love had her riding shotgun with the bullet already in the chamber. Welcome to the American Crime Femicide channel. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for future uploads.
He attached. Why the fuck you call me bae? Ain't no strings attached. Cause I'm hungry for cheese like hungry hippo. Ass fat, super thick like I'm on a depot. Strap looking like a snack, a bag of Gardettos. Brick house bitch, but I ain't stacking Legos.
What you doing, girl, with all that?
Ooh, nerd.
Bend it over, touch your toes, I'm trying to poke some. Where you coming looking so bad, I'm trying to cuff some. Moving up and down the pole, man, I'm trying to throw some. Let me see that.
2025 was supposed to be Charmaine Williams' year. She had already been through hell and back, losing the love of her life in 2021. That grief never really left her. It clung to her, heavy as a chain. But Charmaine was never the type to let tragedy pin her down for long. She refused to sit in the dark and wallow. Instead, she turned her pain into performance, dancing her despair out on social media, loving herself out loud, and most importantly, pouring every ounce of her soul into her kids. She reinvented herself online as Braxton Sexotic, building her Facebook audience to over 7,000 people. She didn't present herself as a victim. She wasn't begging for sympathy. She was fun, wild, and magnetic. In her own words, she told the world, "I love making people laugh and cry, just love having fun and am a good dancer." And she lived it. She flaunted her curves, owned her confidence, danced half-dressed without shame, and motivated other plus-size women in her city of Milwaukee who were too scared to do what she did naturally, live unapologetically. By mid-2025, Charmaine was showing off a new man, a guy named Raw Richie. He came into her orbit as a fan of her music and her social media presence. To Charmaine, he seemed sweet, laid back, cool, a comfort in her chaotic world. On Facebook, he played the role of the supportive boyfriend, posting her, showing her off. But behind closed doors, the relationship was shaky, filled with arguments, at least according to people outside the situation. And while social media only saw the highlight reel, we all know the saying, where there's smoke, there's fire. Still, whatever turbulence Raw and Charmaine had was nothing compared to what was waiting for her in the form of Larry Jefferson. Larry was 29, just like Charmaine. He was a father. He was ex-military. He was also neck deep in Milwaukee's Clicker Riders MC, a bike gang with a reputation.
Hey, you know why they made sidewalks? Because the streets ain't for everybody.
Bought another whip. Mama the ones I got 10 on M's, they couldn't tell me shit.
SRT Twin.
Jefferson wanted to level up his role in the crew, but his resume was already long. Convicted felon, violent temper, and a habit of carrying a 9mm handgun tucked at his waist like it was part of his skin. He wasn't just a man with a motorcycle. He was a man with a history and a gun, riding around Milwaukee looking for trouble. And on August 6, 2025, trouble found Charmaine. That day, she posted what would become her final words to her followers. "All y'all had to do was pull over. Now you're gone for life." 30 minutes later, Charmaine herself was dead. She had been driving with Ra, her 9-year-old son, and her 2-year-old niece when they got into a fender bender with Larry's motorcycle. Reports said Larry hit the back of her car. Speculation floated around that maybe Charmaine hadn't handled something properly on her end. But here's what isn't speculation: Larry's reaction. Instead of cursing, filing a claim, or driving off, he followed Charmaine's car all the way back to her house. And when she parked, he pulled alongside, lifted his gun, and unloaded bullets into her car, into her life, as her children sat trapped inside, screaming in horror. Raw? He ran. He bolted from the car like loyalty was optional, like survival was solo, like Charmaine's son wasn't sitting there watching his mother bleed. One of the bullets tore into Charmaine's head. By the time police arrived, she was gone. And her son, known in reports as DD, was left trying to make sense of the senseless. DD was still crying when detectives pulled up. Through his tears, he tried to explain what happened the way only a child could, confused, but heartbreakingly clear. He remembered the motorcycle. He remembered the vest. It had gangster stickers on it, he said, his little voice trembling. He remembered the way the man followed them, circling them like a predator. He remembered the shot, the sound of glass, the way his mother's body jerked when the bullet found her. He told detectives how his mom screamed right before it happened, how Rod jumped out and ran, how the rider came up on the driver's side, pulled a gun up from between his legs, and fired through the windshield. He kept asking the detective, why? Why did he kill my mom? You're a police detective, you're supposed to know. Imagine being 9 years old and realizing the adult world has no answers. That the only witness who stayed with you was you. Surveillance footage would later confirm what DD already said. Police pulled photos from the Clicker Riders MC Facebook group, and there was Larry grinning with his cruiser-style Harley, wearing the same kind of vest, the same patches, even flashing the same .45 caliber Glock with an extended magazine tucked in his waistband. The flock license plate camera system sealed it. Larry's bike was trailing Charmaine's car that same day. Forensic testing matched the bullets to his gun. He was arrested and charged with first-degree reckless homicide and possession of a firearm by a felon. His bond was set at $300,000.
29-year-old Larry Jefferson pleaded not guilty. Police say he rear-ended a car and then shot inside of a vehicle carrying 4 people, including 2 children. One woman was killed, and now her family tells me they don't understand why.
It happened so fast,
It just hurt.
but the pain feels everlasting.
It's just, I'm numb right now. So she definitely didn't deserve this.
It's been nearly 2 weeks since Tanya DeBerry lost her sister and Charmaine DeBerry lost her daughter.
Angel of mine, Angel.
The two say on August 6th, 29-year-old Charmaine William and her boyfriend were driving to pick up Lime scooters for the family. In the back seat were Charmaine's 2-year-old niece and her 9-year-old son. Prosecutors say around 8:30 at night near Sherman and Derby, a man driving a motorcycle rear-ended their car.
That's when he jumped in front of him, and then he must turn around and started shooting in the window.
Charmaine was shot in the passenger seat.
He just did it for no reason. Like, no reason at all.
First responders later tried resuscitating her, but it was too late.
I knew she was gone already in my heart. I knew she was gone.
With help from Charmaine's 9-year-old son, flock cameras, Facebook, and GPS monitoring, police ID'd the biker as 29-year-old Larry Jefferson. Court records show Jefferson had previously been convicted on gun charges in Milwaukee and Washington counties.
It's a relief, because they did get him. But it's still a pain there that won't bring my sister back.
During a court appearance Tuesday, detectives ID'd Jefferson as the driver again.
He's at the defense table smiling at me with an orange jump shirt.
Charmaine's family says she leaves behind 4 small children and heavy hearts of loved ones who still don't understand why this happened.
She'll always be in my heart.
Now today in court, Jefferson's attorney asked for a dismissal, but that was denied. He's due back in court next month.
The case against Larry was airtight, but the other trial of loyalty, cowardice, and abandonment was happening in the court of public opinion. And that trial had a different defendant, Raw Ritchie. When the backlash hit, Raw didn't sit quietly. He jumped online to defend himself. His post read like the ramblings of a man desperate to rewrite his own cowardice. In one now infamous message, he wrote, "No, I didn't kill my baby. I was there and she knows that. I never went through anything like this before. I panicked. I didn't know what to do. Her little boy was in the car, only 7 years old, and he was stopping in the middle of the road, slamming on the brakes. I promise it wasn't my fault. Everybody, we were on Hamp and Sherman, and my baby said, 'Bae, you see that man just raised a gun.' I was like, 'No, Bae,' and as we got to the lights, I heard shots. One came through the windshield and hit her in the head. Yes, it hurt me inside. I can't stop crying. Talk to me, Bae." Her 7-year-old boy has this story too. "I didn't know what to do. Bae, I promise I love you with all my heart. You know I do. It's crazy, the things I'm seeing on here. I will never in my life forget this. R.I.P. my love. I'm speechless. Sorry, family. I love you, Bae." Strip away the emojis and broken grammar, and what's left is the naked truth. Raw abandoned her. He ran when she needed him. He left 2 children screaming in a car while their mother was shot in the head. His panic didn't erase his betrayal, it spotlighted it. And the backlash was deserved. But Raw wasn't done. He leaned on Charmaine's family to help spin the narrative, and they actually issued a statement defending him. PSA, to our friends and family of my sister Ms. Exotic Brats and Raw Ritchie. That man had nothing to do with the passing of my sister. He's hurting and grieving the same way we are. Nobody knows what they will do in such a situation or how traumatized he is watching someone he loves die in front of him. Yes, he should have stayed with her and even took her to a nearby hospital, and mistakes do happen in such a tragic situation. He has reached out to the family with a sincere apology. For that reason, we came to the conclusion y'all need to stop accusations and move forward. Send sis home the Brat's way, and if y'all don't like it, don't come. How generous of them to protect the ego of a man who bolted from the car instead of shielding their daughter. They defended Raw like he was the victim, like he was the one bleeding out, like his apology somehow erased the screams of a child left behind. But let's call it what it is. Raw was the exact type of man Charmaine once warned women about in her own haunting Facebook post. Y'all messing with these men that be in a lot of shit. Stay out them cars with them. And yet, she was in that car, with him. And when the bullets came, he proved her right by proving himself wrong. Charmaine wasn't perfect. She was bold, brash, loud, unapologetic. She loved attention. She loved her kids more. She was a rapper, a dancer, an online entertainer, a motivator for other women who felt unseen. She wore many hats, but none fit her as perfectly as mother. And that's the cruelest part. Her children were forced to witness her execution. They weren't shielded. They weren't spared. They saw it, lived it, and now must grow up haunted by it. Raw fled. Larry pulled the trigger. And Charmaine, the woman who had survived grief, loss, and hardship, died in front of her own home, with her son still crying in the passenger seat. Her story is a tragedy, yes, but it's also a warning written in her own words. She told women not to get in cars with men tangled in chaos. She preached it. She believed it, but she didn't protect herself from it. And now the city of Milwaukee has another vigil to plan, another balloon release, another Facebook feed full of RIP posts and heartbreak emojis. Bratz Ms. Exotic should still be here, dancing, laughing, rapping, being unapologetically herself. Instead, she's another cautionary tale, another name etched into the endless obituary of Black women killed in America. May Charmaine Williams rest in peace.